So hey, welcome to Infinite Realms again. Not in my comfort zone at the moment, but I won't get into that. Basically, just coming in, looking at Reaper Bones 6. I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't know Reaper Bones did Kickstarters until very recently. And of course I jumped on to 6 because, well, I knew about it at that point. I mean, once you know about it, kind of hard to avoid. I looked over some in the past. It looked really good. A lot of people are disappointed in this one, and I can kind of understand why, but I wanted to go over it anyway just because I am not necessarily disappointed. You know, it is what it is. So, of course, these are the different tiers, and of course, we're in like the third day of it, and we're pretty good. It's 784,000. So far pledged. So, I mean, it's been bagged. It's going to be bagged. It was only 30,000 gold, so that's easy to see. But let's go down here and just take a look. So, in your core set here, of course, you get. I have a version of this guy, Dragoth, and he's very different. He's leaning back in his throne, but I don't mind getting another one. He's kind of an interesting kind of character. Now this guy here looks like to be a dwarf. Not 100% sure, but he looks kind of cool. This is one of the reasons people are kind of getting a little upset. These adventurers, it's like, oh, we have tons of these, and it's like, yeah, but you know, at the same time, I always kind of feel like you can't get too many. I mean, you feel a little bogged down, but it's like you're always going to have somebody that wants a different look to their character, and it doesn't help to have alternatives. Now there's all these gnomes, and I came to the realization when I saw these, I was like, wait, I don't have a whole lot of gnomes, do I? So, yeah, this works just fine. The Bog Shambler, yeah, I've got a couple of things that can fill in for this, so I'm not too enamored by it. But I don't hate it either. It's one of those. I mean, it looks kind of cool, and I won't mind having it. The Kragmar Pummeler, I don't really know what to make of that one, but it looks kind of interesting. Tara, well, could be a good NPC or a PC, either one. I like that figure. That figure looks pretty cool. The Rageclaw Warrior, okay. It kind of looks like a werewolf to me, but you know, I could see it being painted a different way. The Bloodstone Golem I like. It's not my favorite in the world, but I like it. Pretty good. To me, this looks like a tiny dragon. I'm okay with that. Another Dwarf. Looks pretty cool. Like him. I got a halfling running a sort of looks like a mini dragon. So I'm cool with that. I'll butcher this guy's name, but obviously this one is a render. Looks like he could be a good evil mage of some sort. So I'm not too terribly disappointed in that. Diva, you know, could be a PC or an NPC. Either way, looks pretty. I kind of like that figure though. This one here, like it. I think it looks pretty cool. This could be a good monk. Grant you I have a few monks, but one more is not going to kill me. This one looks like some sort of possibly spellcaster, or it could be slave bro. It's Reaper after all. This is a good wizard here too. Could be a druid. Yeah. Again, one of the ones I really like is this Elven Cat. This is kind of cool. I don't ever recall seeing one before, but you know, there's so many minis that come out every time you turn around. Yeah, it's easy to do. This one here looks like a spellcaster, so that works. This one looks like another spellcaster. This looks like an assassin, and this is one of my favorites, the Skeletal Houndmaster. That one's pretty unique. I do love that one. Some people were a little disappointed in the zombies because there's a couple of repeats, as you can see. I don't mind so much. It's, you know, they're zombies. I mean, do a couple of big brushes on them, make them all look a little different. Town Guard is alright. Another one of those things I don't mind having, but, you know, I probably wouldn't have gotten out of my way for. The Dawn Seekers, yeah, it could be PCs or NPCs, but they look pretty decent. Again, and, you know, that might be one of the problems, is these all look pretty decent, but they're nothing overwhelming. The Dreadmere, they look pretty good. I really like the dog. The dog's my fave. The Ant Infestation, I love. That's a real good one. My understanding is these Sophies right here. Sophie is kind of the unofficial mascot of Reaper. These have been done before, and these are just being redone. I don't have any Sophies, so I'm okay with that. These guys, I mean, yeah, okay, they're alright, but I'm not too enamored by them, but, you know, it is what it is. But man, really like these guys. These guys are really, really good. These are cool. I mean, they do repeat, but they are pretty cool. Toil and Trouble is a bunch of witches. Yeah, I like the Cauldron too. That's really nice. The Nightmare is really kind of cool looking. It's a funky pose, but it's still pretty good. And of course, some familiars have been added. And they're not the typical familiars, you know, a red panda, a ferret, a rooster, and an owl. Those are familiars you don't see every day. Now, next stretch goal here, and it's close obviously, is the Mongrel Folk. I kind of like these. These are a bit different, a bit odd, a bit strange. So, you know, I can go with that. They have some expansion packs. I'm gonna go over them a little bit, but I'm not gonna. But anyway, so here we go with the Green Griffin expansion. It has a couple of benches, tables, barrels, fireplace, and some servers. Bard. I don't know. I'm not too enamored by this. I like this ghost here. The rest of these, I'm just kind of like, well, you know, they're patrons. I mean, that's kind of. I mean, it's good. Let me go back. It's good dressing for a scene, but, you know, is it necessary? Not necessarily. You know, of course, there's some chairs and tables with another server, and another ghost. It doesn't really look like a ghost though; it just looks like a little kid. So you probably paint it up that way. Then you have some beds for the tavern, and some patrons sitting. This guy who looks like a barkeep. This woman who's another server. This wicked ghost, I like this ghost. This ghost is kind of creepy. Then you got some banquet stuff, a mimic, another server. This guy looks like just some dude hanging in the corner. And then, of course, a bar, which, you know, again, a lot of us already have bars, so it's like, you know, I can see other people's level of disappointment on this. It's like stuff we've all, you know, gotten in one way or another, and it's just, you know, it's more dressing than it is anything. It's not quite as cool. I get where people are coming from on that one. Now, the Shadows of Sullenhall expansion. I'm kind of interested in this. Now, at first I saw the crypt and I was like, I got a crypt. But these Grave Watcher Warriors are kind of cool. Interesting and different. Fun, so, you know. Then, we got a Necromancer and some bone piles. Bone piles, always need bone piles. And a shrine. Those all look good. And then we get down here. This really won me over on this set, and I know I'm going to buy this set. All these ghosts and wraiths and specters and forsaken spirits, those are all very cool. I like them, and then they're going to be in translucent plastic as well, so that makes it even better. Now, presumably this will get unlocked. We're only on the 3rd day, so it's like, yeah, probably. These are some good vampires. And that's saying a lot for me, because I am not a guy who really gets interested in vampires too much. And this man-bat type creature is even better. I like this Nosferatu as well. That's really cool. Then we get down here to, it looks like Death Knights, which really really awesome. They look a bit bulkier than most of your average undead. And the other one I really love is this giant skeleton. That just looks cool. That is really, really cool to me. So this is probably the expansion I'm going to grab if I grab any of them. We go down to the Briar Wood Bale expansion. I'm going to be really upfront. I'm not too enamored by this one. This is like very Fae oriented. I kind of like the Will-o'-the-Wisps and translucent plastic, but that's about it. I won't say these are bad, but they're just not something that appeals to me. The bee folk, I'm kind of like on a sort of novelty level. I kind of like them, but it's not something I'm going to go out of my way for necessarily. I got nothing for the Fungal King and the Fungal Queen, the Boreal Defender, or the Kored. And this last tier of it is like, yeah, there's nothing there for me. I'm not a huge fan of fairies. I have one fairy figure in my entire collection and I still haven't painted it. It's been there for years. It's just sitting there waiting for paint. Another disappointing thing is these have not been expanded upon. We don't know what's going to go on in these. Seen a couple from the Lost Tombs. I really want to see Denizens of the Dungeon expansion as well, but yeah, you got some optional Bacor. Reaper always has some pretty decent paints, so there you go. You got some decent paints there. Yeah, $18 for 12 paints is not bad. That's pretty darn good. This expansion I've thought about, the Black Mane Gnolls. I got a lot of Gnolls, but a few more won't hurt me, right? Well, that's what we say. These men at arms, they're nifty, but again, it's more humanoid PCs and NPCs. I'm like going, I think I have enough in that vein. I'm not going to really work getting any more. This one I saw a couple of complaints on, Chibi Heroes. I mean, it's an optional buy, so why are you worried about it? Just don't buy it. If it bothers you that much, don't buy it. It's not that big a deal. The Orcs of the Ragged Wound, I kind of like, gotta admit. I may opt into that one as well. I don't know. 6 orcs for $14 for 6 orcs for $14 though. That's not a bad deal. That's not a bad deal at all. I got that Epic Encounters orc expansion, and I said, yeah, that's probably the last orcs I'm going to buy for a long time. And then this comes up, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I lied to myself just then. And the next unlockable is Chibi Goblins. That's what we have so far. I've not seen too many people go over this yet. And maybe it's the channels I'm watching. I'm watching a lot of gaming channels, and they don't go over miniatures that much. Me, I say, again, I'm shooting at the Shadows of Sullenhall because I think it's a pretty good value. I mean, look, you get a building, you get a shrine, you get all this, and then a giant, presumably a giant skeleton will be around. Again, you gotta hit that 1,120,000 mark, which I think this will hit, so we'll see what happens there. I'm interested in the other two expansions, but this one has my attention most right now. And I mean, plus the stretch goals and all the extras you unlock and just doing the core set. If you just do the core set, man, that's almost worth it right there alone. Just look at all that stuff. Yeah, my one, I won't say it's the best Kickstarter I've seen coming out of Reaper, but I will say it's one that's worth at least looking at and seeing. I mean, even though these are all kind of PC and NPC figures, I don't mind. I don't mind at all, actually. So, I could see painting them up and doing something with them. But that's Reaper 5 Reaper Bones 6 as of this moment. So if you want to go by, just go to the Kickstarter and just look it over. And if you don't want to pledge, that's cool. If you want to pledge, go ahead. But that'll do it for Infinite Realms today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.